All right, so today, this is the backstory of this little teddy bear hamster. Okay, so today I was at work, and around 10 o'clock in the morning, I get a call from my mom. She says that, she babysits one of my baby cousins, my 4-year-old cousin. And then the little girl was basically screaming, like, Mom, there's a mouse. There's a mouse. And so they go and check out, and it turns out that this little hamster was roaming around in their bedroom and hallways. So then she asks me, my mom asks me if she wants me to either two options to either keep the mouse. I didn't know it was a hamster because she knows a little bit of. She doesn't know, I guess, that much English. I should say, because we speak Spanish, and yeah. So to me, I thought it was a mouse, right? I was like, well, a mouse. I mean, it's a wild mouse, so I don't know how they could adapt to, say, like pet life, like a hamster, a gerbil, or even fancy mice, because they do have all those rodents as pets, and I do have experience with them. And as you can see, she is cleaning her little. She's cleaning herself. I think I say it's a she because I didn't find any testicles. You know how males their testicles like basically bulge out of their body. This one, well, I didn't find any, so I must go ahead and say it's a female. And luckily, it had a spare water bottle that just sticks into like any surface. Because I bought three. Because I don't know if you can see, but over there I got two tanks, and then yeah, there's one for like a two fancy mice and one for a gerbil. And yeah, so she's like, well, do you want me to leave it here so you can look at her, or should I take this mouse and let her go, like outside or whatever? And I was thinking, I'm like, well, if it's a wild mouse, I'm pretty sure it probably gnawed its way into, like, made a hole or something into we live in an apartment complex, into our apartment, but how? I mean, the walls aren't made of wood, they're brick. So it's like, really? So, so I was like, well, if it's a wild mouse, you may want to drive far as away as you can and release it. But if it's like a pet mouse or, something along the lines of a hamster or a gerbil, I would definitely would like to see it before, we make any decisions, regarding this creature. So I was like, you know what, let her be. And, well, this is the lid of the little container that it did have. It's a little spare cage. It's like not that tall, but she was in here for, I guess, the rest of the day until I came back home, I came home like around, say, 3:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, so then I found she was sleeping, and I look at her, she's laying down. She was sleeping in the container, and I woke her up, and gosh, she's so much bigger than the other hamster that I used to have. Her name was Hammy. I rescued her from like a breeder that didn't want her. She was labeled as a reject. And so I took her in, and she was malnourished to begin with, and she lived a happy life, and she passed away January 2013 of this year. So this little baby made its way into my life. Look at her pink nose. Isn't that adorable? And then my mom says, well, that's what won me over. Apparently, my mom was cleaning like something in the kitchen, and then water was spilling onto the floor, and then this little hamster made its way to the kitchen and started, lapping her tongue, drinking from the water drops that were falling from the kitchen sink. Now, I mean, I love my mom for that because, I mean, I am probably the only son that has ever brought any animals home. Ever since I was little, I used to bring kittens home, wanted to bring frogs, tadpoles, even shrimp. I'm animal lover since the beginning of time, okay? I went to elementary school, all I did was catch bugs. I was one of those little kids running around trying to catch like a butterfly or a ladybug. Has such a huge meaning in my life because, yeah. So yeah, so I took her in, and since I have other pet rodents, I do have wood shavings. These are the aspen wood shavings, and then I recently bought a bag of hay to put into every like little pet's aquarium so they can make nests with it or not on it. So I did put that, and it seems that this little baby's gonna pass out because she has been. It's 100 plus degrees outside. I'm in Texas, so it gets pretty damn hot. I am very furious of whomever did this to this hamster. And the only way this hamster could have gone in was through the door to the main entrance to the apartment. But it's like, who would let a little creature just, roam around just like that? Just abandon, like, oh, okay, whatever. I'll just, place this hamster near a bush and just let it be because I can no longer take care of him. There's a lot of rescues out there. I mean, I know you can drop them off like at a pet store and let them adopt, but you don't know what happens to those little animals that don't get adopted. So it's not like, I mean, yeah. So then I got this container. I told mom as soon as I got home, I'm like, well, first of all, I want to keep this hamster, and I mean, I want to give it the best life that she didn't get. Did I look at her? She's so cute. So yeah, this is a temporary one because it's pretty small, and that's all I can do now since we are very tight with money. My brother came in and he was interested in the hamster, so yeah. So I got a container, got some bedding, got some hay. I did get food, but she put it all in her pouches. And then there's her little water bottle. She was really thirsty. She was basically trying to yank the whole water bottle off of this. So yeah, so this is gonna be my new little baby. I'm still deciding on the name, but she is pretty cute, especially with her little pink nose. Complements her whole, body color. So this is her new family member, and I just love rescuing animals. I just love everything that is animals. I mean, they're cute and defenseless. I mean, sure they can attack when they're in danger, but come on, I live in an apartment complex where there's cars running around. There's always dogs on loose, like without leashes, from all sorts of neighbors. And I mean, what was this little hamster doing out in this heat? What was it surviving on? I mean, all these things come into mind. But thankfully, it made its way into my home where animals are quite accepted. And a little backstory also. A few months ago, my mom brought a baby bird in because it fell out of its nest, and kids were kicking it, poking it, And then I managed to, actually pick up the little baby bird with my hands and give it a kiss on the forehead, and trying to make it, trying to nurture it back to health. But the baby passed away. So in my hand. So I was pretty heartbroken. I was crying. So yeah, so this is a new little baby that has come into my life. And I'm making videos of her because she is super cute. Alright guys, bye.